So touring is a lot of logistics. As a tour manager, it's kind of my job to oversee all this, make sure everything runs smoothly on the tour, make sure that the band, the crew and the equipment make it to each of the shows in time, each of the different cities, to make sure we put on a good gig. This tour that I'm about to start right now is pretty simple, so I thought I'd give you a little rundown of kind of what goes into a tour this size, logistic-wise. But some shows and some tours can be multiple trucks, buses, flights, a crew from every corner of the world, gear being freighted and collected everywhere. But for this one, it's pretty simple. Yeah, so I thought I'd give you a little insight into what this is like. Right now, I'm at Heathrow Airport. I'm about to be collected to start the tour. I've just landed from a different tour. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to go meet the guys now on the tour bus and I'll tell you a bit more about it. So for this tour, we're travelling on a tour bus with a trailer. Keeps it nice and simple. All the band, the crew and the gear are all travelling in one thing, so makes it a bit more simple for me on this one. Usually we are a bus and a truck, which is still pretty simple, but it does make it a bit more complicated having two vehicles to look after. You can go up to doing loads, like on the last tour I did with the Rose, we were 2 full tour buses with loads of crew and 4 trucks and lots of moving parts. For this one, it's pretty simple. We're all together in one tour bus, all the gear's in the trailer. As long as we get there, the show happens. Once the booking agent's kind of booked all the dates and got the routing sorted, I'll then reach out to the bus company and get the bus sorted, give them the routing, and they work out like how many drivers we need for each of the bits, any of the ferry crossings that we do. So I don't have to worry about any of that. The tour bus company takes care of it. They assign all the drivers to be and everything, and they give me a sheet that shows me what time they suggest we leave each venue, what time we'd arrive at the next place, which ferries that we're booked on, and all that sort of stuff. So that's nice and easy. The only bits I have to worry about is telling them what time to pick us up and any other pickups along the way. We had 2 days of rehearsal in Sheffield, Saturday and Sunday. So I guess the first thing was I had to get all the band and crew there. So the band members are easy. They all live local to Sheffield, so they all just drive in every day, do the rehearsal, drive home. That's nice and simple. Same with our guitar tech. He lives close by, so he just drives in and drives himself home at the end of the night. So super simple for those guys. Gets complicated when we get to our drum tech. He lives up in Inverness, really far away. So when I get him down, I have to work out doing it the day before, because it takes about 7 or 8 hours on the train. Or sometimes we fly him down from Inverness to Manchester and get a train across. But usually the train just direct from Inverness. I think he goes to Edinburgh, changes, come down. That easily works out best because it just means you can sit, relax on the train. I have to mess around in airports and then get a train also. So we used to do that. What I'll do is I'll work out the timings for the day. I'll get him a couple of options of trains that he could get. He confirms which one he'd like to book, and I go ahead and book that for him. Book him a hotel in Sheffield for Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So that's that one done. And then for this tour, we've got a filling guitar player. He's coming down from Glasgow. Luckily, he managed to work out pretty well for me, not having to look after his logistics, because he had a friend who could drive him down with all his guitars and all the gear. That was good. I didn't have to worry about anything there. He just got down, sorted himself out, which was nice and easy for me. And then we've also got our monitor engineer. He's about 2 hours away by a car from Sheffield, so he drove up morning of the first day rehearsals on Saturday, and then he just stayed over in Sheffield Saturday night, Sunday night, and then his car's there ready for when we come back at the end of the tour. He can just drive himself home after we get back to Sheffield, so that's pretty simple as well. And then our assistant TM, he lives in Manchester, so he's just a train ride away. He came over on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, looked over the last bit of the rehearsals, helped pack all the gear and get all that sorted. Make sure we got everything from the warehouse, and then he just stayed over in Sheffield that night, ready for the bus arriving early the next morning to do the load. And then the only other crew member is a Dutch guy, and he's currently on a tour already in Europe. Another one easy for me. He's looking after his own logistics for this, and he's just going to make his way to the first show in Flensburg and meet us there. So that's super easy for me. The only bits I have to sort out for him are the end of tour. He's going straight on to another tour. This morning while I was at the airport, I spent my time and booked him a flight from Gothenburg to Brussels, where he's going to get picked up in a van and go to the first show for that tour. So that's pretty simple, I guess. It's a little bit of stress on the Brussels Airlines website. The dates just randomly changing when I booked it, but we've got it all sorted in the end, I think. I hope. We'll see at the end of the tour if he gets on the correct plane or not. Yeah, and then the only other bit of logistics was me meeting them after. So I couldn't make the rehearsals because I was in Bangkok doing a festival with a different band. So I flew back this morning. So I landed at Heathrow Airport at 7 a.m. while the band were getting on the tour bus in Sheffield at 7 a.m. So kind of worked out all right that they could just drive down and pick me up on the way. So I worked out with the bus company that was possible. And we worked out they'd get me about 1 o'clock. They did a pickup at 7 a.m. in Sheffield. So I landed, I went to Cafe Nero for breakfast, hung out a little bit, did a bunch of emails. nice, easy morning for me. Jumped on the bus. Then we've just done the ferry crossing over. Obviously, I had to do the Carnet, both sides, but then we did the ferry crossing over to Dunkirk. Yeah, now we're somewhere in Belgium, I believe, driving down the motorway. It takes 11 hours from Dunkirk to Flensburg in Germany. So that's what we're currently doing. I'll let you know when we get to the venue, stuff about parking and show day stuff, and then maybe I'll show you some off-day parking bits as well. But yeah, let's see you in the first show.
Stitches on the wrist, mildly.
So here we are at the first venue. Bus is all parked up. We've just finished the show. So I thought I'd show you. So the venue, basically before the tour, sent me a parking map explaining where to park and how to get in. So the map shows that we come in down this road, come down and park here, the venue. And then they explain that we park with the trailer facing this way because that's the way we load in. So yeah, here's the bus parked up, and they arrange all the power and show us where that is. So as you can see there across the road, that's the power cable that's powering the bus. And yeah, there's the bus.
Get it filmed, stick it on channel, bro.
Welcome to my vlog.
What's she gonna do?
Fucking
What's she gonna do?
try telling me how to EQ that. Try telling me.
So, got an off day today in Copenhagen, and usually what happens with off days is we'll try and book parking either at the venue we just played or at the venue that we're playing the next day. So here we played this venue last night, and the venue agreed that we could stay parked here for a small fee, obviously to use the power and everything, but that's great. This means that we don't have to move the bus. It means that the drivers can get a rest period in, because they need to do a rest for 24 hours or for 45 hours every few days. So the bus is here, it's parked up, it's still got power all down here. And then for the rest of the tour, basically I'll speak to the promoters either side of the day off and see if we can stay parked at the venue or if we can go to the next venue and park there. Usually it's better to go to the next venue and park, but for this day it was better to stay here in Copenhagen and keep the bus parked because we've got the power and it's a good area around here to stay parked and lots of stuff to do. Normally on off days it's great just to go to the next venue and then we get there nice and early, the drivers can get a rest, but for this one it was better just to stay here. So that is off day parking, and next venue tomorrow, and then the next off day I think is the venue, staying at the same venue again that we play in Oslo, staying there. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. See you soon.